Okay, this time I'm going to remember to hit record, which I just did. So, as you can see, I hope, maybe I can see that. Let's bring this over here a little bit. As you can see, I have the water filters disconnected, but I have to bypass it now so that I can run some antifreeze through the system to winterize the camper. Got a little bit of flexibility there, so it shouldn't be too hard. I have all of my fittings here. Looks like I've actually got washers, which is one of the big concerns. Just got to make sure I get this, well, I can't really get the pipe wrong. I just turn it around if I get it wrong. But I have to cut it to the right size and then crimp the fittings on. Now, the hot water tank, that's kind of going to be an open question. It's 4 gallons. I don't want to pump 4 gallons of antifreeze into it, but I shouldn't have to because there shouldn't be that much water in it to start with. But I might have to in order to get it up to the rest of the system, which I don't really know that I need to do. Well, yeah, I kind of got to pump some stuff through there. I've only got 2 gallons of antifreeze. This tank is probably going to go away, but the only other way to do this is to cap off that cold water pipe to the hot water tank. So I originally bought this tank when I thought I was going to have a shower inside the system, or inside the camper, and I decided that that was not the optimal way to go. So 4 gallons is excessive. It takes way too much power to heat that much water up, especially if you're not going to use it all. I mean, I use very little when I'm doing like a dishwashing and stuff, so that'll probably be swapped out by next spring. That's my objective anyway. Alright, so need to cut this guy to the proper size, and I could use like the scientific method and get myself a ruler and everything else, or I could just plug this guy in, clamp it, screw it in, and then cut to the next size, because I do have, like I said, I do have a little bit of play here. So that's what we're going to do, because I waited for the last minute to get this done, and now I got to get it done. Alright. Let's see here. Let's pick this guy. Got our washer in place. Put that on there. Let's grab our crimp ring, take it all the way down to here. Got plenty to work with. Crimp this guy. PEX is an interesting construction, I don't know, material? Plumbing material? I'm not sure. I'm trying to get everything in place here before I clamp it down. There we go. My PEX fittings have been pretty much flawless up till now. Oops. My ring clamps, not so much. Had one on my homeless weekend, or homeless week actually, that continually loosened up. Wow. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. There we go. Here for ratcheting PEX. There we go. And that should be locked. All right. I have to move the camera a little bit because I'm going to put my leg out here. I'm not as flexible as I once was. It's a Toby Keith song, by the way. I ain't as good as I once was. That's just the cold, hard truth. these were hand tight. So I think that's going to be fine. And then we take this guy in our far side fitting. Yep. And that's going to go, well, I guess that's going to go right about there. So I can cut that pipe. Well, here, let's do this. Glasses are getting in the way. They're progressives because I'm old. I think I might have mentioned that. Old and unflexible. So we'll go ahead and pull this through. And where's my cutter? This is a PVC cutter, but I'm pretty sure it'll handle PEX just fine. There we go. Let's join away. See, locked. Get our fitting. Spun to where I can crimp it. And of course, I put the fitting down. You can't find it now. Is there anything in? For real? Oh, it's plugged in. Genius. There we go. Put that up there. Grab our crimper. Oh, there we go. And we should be good to go. Can I lock this thing? Oh, there we go, lock it. I guess the way to lock it is to put it back in the box. Alright. Make sure that's nice and tight. Nice and tight. Okay, we have bypassed our filter system. All we have left is the hot water tank. We got 90% of the water pulled out of both the drain, or both the fresh water and the gray water tank. Might still have some water in the drain system here, which I'll probably run out. But now our next step is to go ahead and unscrew the or disconnect the main water feed, and I should probably dry that out a little bit, and then excuse me, then pump some antifreeze through the system. It is still snowing outside. How do you like that? I guess it's time for me to go inside and get the antifreeze, because we're at that point with my glasses. I'm back. So as you can see, I've got some Prestone RV antifreeze fluid, and the objective here is going to be to pump it through the system. Get this out of the way, that out of the way. All right. So our next step here is to pump some antifreeze into the system. And I'm absolutely going to cheat at that because I have an electric pump. It's a matter of finding the correct screw or socket bit. I think it's this guy right here. Nope, too small. So let's do this. I don't know if you can see all that. Might be cheating here. All right, so here we are. I'm just going to go ahead and remove this. Whoops. Move it away. And let's see if that just pulls off for me. That feels cut. That's not a good sign. I mean, I got some play here, so I guess I can get away with it. Might be my imagination. All right, that's fine. Ta-da! Expected that. All right. See how this does. Water pump, activate. And to be completely honest, I think that's probably enough to legitimately pressurize the system. But I'm going to go ahead and turn this on anyway. And we are pink already on cold water. Hot water is mostly air. Until I get actual pink out of this faucet, I'm going to have to let it run. Because it's filling the hot water tank. And of course, we already hit the limit on this 1 gallon. So now we gotta grab another one. Pump's still running, probably not good. Oh no, managed to actually hit pressure. That's kind of impressive. Ah, missed it. Next spraying's going to kind of suck. Because I got to flush this whole thing. It's going to take a whole lot of water to do it. Look how fast it's draining that tank. But I think I'm where I need to be with this. The whole point is I want to get antifreeze into the entire system so that none of the delicate parts will end up getting frozen and broken. We've got a lot of PEX involved in the system here, which helps with that, but things like the pump and the accumulator probably going to be an issue. So we did all that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run a little bit of air through here. Draw this back. Back on just for a couple of seconds. Just so I don't have anything in the tank when I reconnect everything. And we did that. All right, get back on. The freshwater tank is not entirely empty, but it's about 90% empty. Which means that at 90% empty, there's plenty of room for expansion. The only thing I'm concerned about at this point is my drain valves. which I might just open up just so they have room to expand. Because right now we've dumped a whole bunch of antifreeze down into the system, down through to here. But they can't go any higher than the level of water that's already in there. So I think I'll probably just open that valve up so it can expand when it freezes. If it freezes. Alright, let's reconnect everything so we're ready to go next year. Again, it's just this one hose here. Goes into this. There we go. And I clamped it all the way down, which I was trying to avoid. Come here. Come here, you. One of the things I've learned is that when you're using ring clamps, it's very important to determine where you're going to finish or aim your bolt so that you can get in here and tighten things. Which in this case is this guy right here. I do wish I had a more solid connection here, but it is what it is. We're dealing with plastic tees. Drain that out. I think we're good to go. I think we're finally winterized. It was way less painful than I thought it would be. Yeah, all right, let's do it. Whew.